What up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 261. Today we're going to start things off by, I think, opening up a 50k pack, which is one that I got from the half time of the Champions League final. I was out at one of my mates watching it, so I was able to just do it on the app, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to open it then and there. I'm going to save it so that when we come on console, we can open it and record it for you guys. But you know what the team's looking like. All good. We've got the mainly Prem team, mainly Liverpool team, with the Ronaldinho and then the two Bundesliga players in Goretzka and Da Costa. So we don't get a walkout from the 50k pack. We do get boards just because it's German centre mid from PSG. It could have been anyone better. It could have been Khedira. It could have been lots of better players than that. But we'll take an 83 rated overall. I mean, the SBC itself was so cheap. So even this is profitable. I'll just stick the players in my club for now. But yeah, it was such a cheap SBC, and we just about had enough players in the club to complete it, knowing how empty my team actually is right now. So it was good. It was fine. It was a 50k pack, but it just could have been blue. It could have been a lot better than it actually was. So next up, I played like 4 games of squad battles and unlocked this Stuani using the Brazilian ones to watch Malcolm that I'd bought. Obviously, a pacey, good dribbling, good passing player from La Liga, which was who you needed to get assists with. So ones to watch Malcolm. I actually made a couple of K on him as well. So that was all good. And we get ourselves a special 91 rated Stuani, who I'm never going to use, but it will happily go into an SBC at some point. Unless there is some sort of challenge that I need to use a player who's either from La Liga or Uruguay. Before an SBC comes around that I can stick him into. Then Monday morning happened, Monday morning happened, and we got squad battles rewards. Ended up finishing gold 2. I guess that's a combination of some objectives from last week, and then or you know, from the last week's ones. How does that work? Yeah, I don't know, but we played a fair bit of squad battles this week. It must have been for a reason. I didn't just play 4 games. So we ended up getting gold 2. It means 11,000 coins going to the club, and then a couple of packs, as well as a nice Champions League kit, which I think that's the one I've been wanting. Or there's one in SBCs which might be gone by the time you're watching this, but you know, you need a UCL rare or common for that, and they're like minimum 4,000 coins. So I'm not going to do that for a kit. I'm quite happy with the one they gave me in squad battles, you know. So we don't actually get anything from our squad battles rewards. I know that you guys are basically constantly tweeting me pictures of, oh my god, look at this 99 Messi I got from a free 5k pack from squad battles. But apparently my luck's just not that good. So, you know, I feel hard done by. You guys are a lot more lucky than me. No, I'm kidding. We've had our luck along the way, but the rest of this episode is going to be dedicated to the online singles, where we need to go ahead and unlock the, is it Ljajic? I don't know how to pronounce his name. There's 2 J's in there and an L. Ljajic? I don't know. One of them hopefully was the correct pronunciation. Maybe someone can like phonetically spell it out for me in the comments section below. That would be good. But basically, you need to win 8 online single matches using 11 Turkish league players, and you can have whatever 3 subs you want. So instantly, everyone switches to their favorite formation. Everyone brings on their 3 crazy players in their club, and for me, it was going to be Zlatan, Ronaldinho, and TOTS Sadio Mane. So they're players that I decided to bring on, and you guys know it by now. Pretty much it's either first goal wins, or if they score the first goal, they often do the Nat type glitch and bug it all out and cheat, or some people just like to stay the whole game, which I'm totally fine with. If it gets to like 4 or 5-0, it's a bit of a waste of everyone's time, but if maybe someone's just in it to just play online single matches, and that's totally fine as well. This game was 0-0 at half time. I'd had quite a few attempts on goal. It was a really even match. Both teams were quite good. Like we were evenly matched in terms of our skill and stuff, but finally it drops luckily to me in the 76th minute to get my goal with Ronaldinho to put me 1-0 up. And I didn't know if, well, to be honest, I figured he would probably keep playing because it's gone so long now. If he got the equaliser, we could have a real game on our hands. But in the 91st, 92nd minute, Sadio Mane just absolutely bangs it in the back of the net with a green timed, just power shot, really, like first time effort, right into the roof of the net. That one goes, solidifying us a 2-0 win. Harry Beaver, that was a good game, mate. Moving on to the next one, we have 2 TOTS in this team and a UCL rare, which I'm hoping is untradeable. Otherwise, you should have sold that, mate. You could have made loads of coins. Probably it was 10k. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. But yeah, like a standard Turkish league team that everyone's got at this point in time. I'd love to also know what 3 players are the ones that you guys use. Because for me, it's pretty much always... Like, if I can use flashbacks and stuff, and sometimes they don't let you, sometimes they do let you. More recently, they've been letting you use any card type. Flashback Ibra is obviously very good, because I just find him to be OP, and obviously he's great in the air and stuff as well. 5-star skills, good shooting, and against the weaker defenses, because everyone brings on attackers, right? He can outmuscle, he can just get in better positions and stuff. Then I normally have Ronaldinho, because he is like one of my favourites on the game. So much fun to use, lots of good skills. Again, trickery is just up there, so I always try and use him. If I can, I quit that match right there, because if I go 2 goals down, that's when I'm going to quit, because that is my rules, you know. If I go 2 goals up, I would hope that they would quit, but if I go 2 goals down, I most definitely quit. And then my third player that I use is my current favourite player on this game, the craziest one I've used all year. It is Team of the Season, Sadio Mane, who is just crazy quick. Like, look at him here, running with the ball, getting away from the defender, La Croqueta a couple of times to get past him, and then banging it in the back of the net. He's just kind of got a little bit of everything. Apart from height and amazing aerial ability. Like, his aerial ability is quite good, but because he doesn't have the height, he often does still lose the headers, whereas Ibra obviously just wins everything because he's massive as well, and that seems to help on this game, even if you've got like 99 jumping, for example. So those are my 3 players. I've done it before where I've used different ones, like depending on the league and what we've got to use. Sometimes it's you have to use silver players and stuff, and at that point I'll literally bring on a defender, a midfielder and an attacker, or maybe 1 defender or 1 defensive midfielder, and then 2 of the attackers to make it potent up front. So normally, like, Virgil van Dijk is another player that I'll look at. Marcos Alonso's a great one because he could play centre back or CDM or even slightly further up the pitch with his super well-rounded stats. And then yeah, I think I'd always bring on flashback Ibra. Goretzka would be a good player to use nowadays as well. All of these players that are just really, really well-rounded, you can kind of get away with using them a little bit anywhere. So if you use Goretzka, maybe put him in a cam spot for the first part of the game, go a couple of goals up. If they decide not to quit, maybe he moves back into your CDM or even centre-back spot, just to shore things up and make sure you don't concede a goal. Those would be my tips if you're looking to do these. Obviously, if you are on Xbox, you are plagued with the cheaters that just do the nat type glitch, and as annoying and as sucky as that is, to be honest, you just need to try your very best to score first. If you don't score first, it is often the time that people are just going to do it to you. So maybe go with a super aggressive tactic where you've got lots of men up top, and you're super like high pressure and stuff. I play on pressure and heavy touch, fast build up, and then obviously I've got my 3 crazy attackers that come on. So I'm pretty good in an attacking sense that I can often score that first goal, which is why during this little session there was like 3 cheaters. I've decided to cut them out rather than put them in because it's just pointless showing them to you. I don't know, I hate it. You guys know that I hate it. But anyway, we move forward in this game, and this was against a fairly decent player. Like, he felt good on the ball. He didn't have the greatest team and stuff, but he just felt like a really solid FIFA player. And it took me 38 minutes to get into the opportunity to score maybe my second goal, and this one was super lucky that it just like falls a couple of times to Mane, and we tap it home to go 2-0 up. But 2-0 wasn't enough for this one. He wanted to stay on and play a little bit more. So we pushed hard and we went for the attack again, getting inside of Ronaldinho, cutting it back to Quaresma, and then look what ensues. It's just the ball is kind of everywhere, and eventually it's Quaresma that sticks it in the back of the net. It wasn't Ronaldinho or Zlatan, who were also right in there amongst the action, and 3-0 was enough. Maybe it was just that crazy, like, awful goal that was the thing which tipped him over the edge. But yeah, a decent opponent nonetheless. So we're up to 6 out of 8 games won. I would also be curious to know if you guys are people that will do the Rivals challenges as well. And with that, I'm also very curious to know whether you do actively try it in like Division 1, or like at the peak of your skill rating, wherever you're at, or whether or not you have like tanked it a little bit and just like thrown a bunch of games to lose to get yourself relegated to make those easier on yourselves. Because I could never really tell whether getting another high-rated Team of the Season player for like guaranteed for free was worth risking and losing my weekly Rivals rewards, because we're quite good. We're quite well set up in Division 1 where I can finish rank 3 basically just by playing the weekend league to 14 wins, and that will get me 2 35k packs, 2 50k packs. Whereas some people, if you tank it and go down to Division 5 or something, one, you've got like 80 more losses on your record to get down that far, because I think you lose skill rating quite slow these days. But two, it's just like, I don't know, man. Do you get a lot worse packs for finishing like rank 3 in Division 5? They can't be good, right? They can't be great packs. Maybe there's just 1 or 2 freak rewards where if you finish like Div 5 rank 2, you get something solid or something. But just to make it easier, or do you often come up against people that are actually still pretty skilled at the game? You know, the other people that have also tanked to get themselves relegated and stuff. That was my main worry. So I've decided that, as I don't like the objectives where it's win in Rivals with doing something crazy like assisting with a defender from a certain nation or league, like adjusting your team in like that and still getting the win in Division 1 or at the top of your skill rating is so crazy to me that it's just an awful idea in my opinion. So I've fed that back, and I just don't participate in them anymore, because I feel like that's another way that you can sort of feed back, is that if you think they're absolutely ridiculous, then don't play it, and that's what I do. So I just don't think it's worth it. I nearly didn't play for this online singles one, because literally the very first 2 games I had, people went 1-0 up against me and did the glitch, and it just winds me up. So I thought, I'm not going to bother. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. And then I had another little, I don't know. I just had another little go at it. Won my first game, won my second game. I was like, okay, maybe we'll just keep going at this one. And luckily, I only had 1 cheater in this little section and 3 cheaters overall. So these are the TOTS cards that I own in my club right now. I have effectively 12. 4 of them are red, 4 of them are untradeable rubbish ones, and then 4 of them are untradeable good ones that I don't necessarily want to get rid of. And of course, you know what my main squad is looking like. I won't be playing the weekend league this weekend because I'll be in LA, and this is possibly the very start of quite a gap in uploads for me. So this episode might be the final one for about a week or so. Hopefully I'll be able to get my rewards out to you guys and do more stuff like that, but there might just be a considerably sizable chunk of non-uploads, just because there's just not enough time for me to put out content that's relatable and in the moment, rather than just old stuff like last week's TOTS, and you know, so I don't want to do that for you guys. I want I want the videos to be entertaining. I want them to be up to date and with what's going on at this stage in time. So with that being said, if you wouldn't mind smashing a thumbs up on the video for me, that would be amazing. Your support has been incredible this whole year, and although we're taking a little bit of a break now, we will of course go deep into the summer and try and get up to like the 300 episodes or something. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Because then we could have another catch-up video which basically sums up the entire series. That would be awesome. So guys, yeah, smash that thumbs up button. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Insta. Those links are down below. Subscribe to the channel. Most importantly, have a lovely day, everyone, and I will catch you next time. Peace.